We shall make war as we have lived our lives, as sisters of the bow. And our war shall be the war of Amazons against the race of man.
How you feeling, Congressman?
On the whole, I'd rather be in Philadelphia. You know who said that?
Nope.
W.C. Fields.
Oh, yeah. He's dead, isn't he?
Terrific.
Who did this to you?
My best buddy. You ready for that?
Nope.
Neither was I.
Sharon, Dr. Fields,
Be right there.
we need you right away.
The world needs me right away. That should take care of it. Could have come back in a week.
White count's way up there. Lots of abdominal pain. We haven't been able to reach his doctor.
Sounds like a hot appendix.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not so hot.
Well, in that case, Congressman, we'll just have to take it out.
You're the doctor. You are the doctor.
At your service.
You've done this before?
Appendix is 17, Congressman Nunn.
Well, then, just think of me as your average civil servant.
I'll do my best. Hemostat? Lap sponge? Suction. Hold this. Hemostat again. Tie. Lap sponge, please. Scissors. Okay, medicine forceps. We got a rupture.
Got it. Wow.
Yeah, we better hit him with 1,000 cc's of antibiotics.
Okay, anything in particular?
Make it cefoxitin.
The congressman couldn't ask for a job.
I'm glad it went okay. He seems like a nice man.
I thought you guys were supposed to keep it impersonal.
What can I tell you? I flunked attachment. Here's the information on Congressman Boster. You better put it into the computer.
Yes, Doctor.
When his own physician gets here, tell him I'll be in the cafeteria in case he needs to talk. Okay.
Hobson was right.
What does Sally Hobson say?
Told me to look for the prettiest doctor I'd ever seen.
That's absolutely sexist.
Uh-huh. Also absolutely true. I'm Jerry Menzies, star pathologist, Quincy in real life.
Please sit down.
Thanks. How are you liking your first week?
Fine, I guess.
A little hectic, huh?
Brings a whole new meaning to the phrase sink or swim.
Well, we tried asking the patients not to get sick. It didn't seem to work out too well.
Jerry? Sharon?
Dr. Cosgrove.
So is everything settling in all right?
Yes, Doctor.
Please, it's Diane. Have you found a place to stay?
Yes, not too far from the hospital.
Good. Well, if you need anything, just holler.
I will. Thanks.
There she goes, our full-service hospital administrator.
Nice woman.
As long as things are running smoothly. If things get out of whack, she sprouts fangs and rips out throats.
You speaking from experience?
Come on by the lab and I'll show you my scars. I better get back.
Thanks for the company.
By the way, what Dr. Cosgrove said goes for me, too. Anything you need.
Dr. Fields?
I'll holler.
I'm Dr. Thompson. Stan Barstow's doctor?
Hello.
Promise?
Promise. I'm sorry we couldn't wait.
Yes, so am I.
The appendix had already ruptured.
So your report said.
I didn't make anything up.
Must be very exciting to be a young doctor and have such an important patient.
More tense than exciting.
Well, I'll handle his case from here on.
Of course, he's your patient.
So long as we understand each other.
Code blue, room 1220.
I've got to get out of here! You can't keep me! I've got to get out of here! Understand? You're responsible for this.
Stan, what are you talking about?
Get away from me! All of you stay back! You're not gonna do anything to my head!
Stan, let's get you back to your room.
You got me into this! You did it to me, both of you! You're in this together!
We'll put you in bed and give you a shot.
You stay there! No bed, no shots! No!
Vote for Senator Harris Stowe. The time has come for Harris Stowe for president. Don't forget Election Day on Tuesday. The time has come. Vote now. Congressman Stanford Barstow last night died in a bizarre traffic accident at Metropolitan Hospital. His campaign opponent, Marge Webster, had this to say.
Stan Barstow was a dedicated public servant. He will be sorely missed.
That wasn't what you said 2 days ago.
I had great regard for him as a human being, and all our differences were just attributable to campaign rhetoric.
Ms. Webster will not be needing any further campaign rhetoric. With the election only days away, she is virtually assured of victory in what had been predicted as an extremely close race.
Dr. Fields?
Yes?
Lieutenant Monaco.
Oh, about Congressman Barstow?
You got it. Where is it?
I'm trying to figure out if you got up early or stayed out late.
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure myself.
Well, why don't you tell me? I'll tell you. 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 I'll tell you.
That coffee I smell.
Sure is. Come on in. How do you take it?
If you've got a needle, right into the vein.
No needle.
Black's fine.
So, tell me, Lieutenant Monaco, what brings us together, you and me?
Presidential campaign with a media blitz.
Lieutenant.
It is anticipated he will continue to attack Governor Price's
Well, it's like this.
policy, as well as
Foster gets hit
platform
by the
his own
ambulance.
supposedly
Film at
more
11.
cohesive alternatives.
11:01, the mayor
Progressive
calls
core
the
of
chief.
South will hopefully sew up
11:03,
some
the chief
important
calls the
electoral
captain.
votes before heading to
11:05, the captain calls
But-
you.
Right.
the wide
The only
margin of
problem is,
victory that the
I got no
pollsters
one
are
to call.
predicting, the blitz
Get you
seems
some
more
breakfast?
redundant than vital. For more on this,
Well,
let's
thanks.
go to Peter
Coffee's fine.
Fieldston.
Lieutenant, I saw the ambulance hit him. It was an accident.
That's what everybody keeps telling me.
So why the police investigation?
Public relations, mostly. The chief can say he looked into it. Also, Barstow's wife is raising hell. But then she's the kind who sees conspiracies every time a supermarket opens. You just move in?
From Chicago.
I take it everything was normal before the surgery?
Before and after.
By yourself?
I beg your pardon.
You move here by yourself? Or are you with someone?
Just me. Is this part of the official investigation?
Nope. I'm just curious. You have anybody here? Family? Boyfriend, like that?
No, just my work. Which I'm already late getting to, so if you've asked all your questions...
One more. You ever take a night off? Just for fun.
No nights off, I sleep, which I don't get to do much the rest of the time.
Swell job you've got.
I like it.
Your choice.
So it is, Lieutenant. I have to get dressed.
I'll show myself out.
I'd appreciate it.
Dr. Reed to admitting, please. Dr. Reed to admitting.
Good morning.
That's open to argument.
Big night.
Yeah, they wanted a fast autopsy on the congressman.
Anything of interest?
See for yourself.
Boy, you really look stiff. But I guess around pathology, that's an occupational hazard.
Boo.
It's the best I can do this hour of the morning.
What is it about this place that turns everybody into Rodney Dangerfield? Days when I feel like I'm a prisoner in the Catskills.
Sure, you sure about these chemical traces?
Which ones?
Dysprosium, promethium, and artesine.
Yeah, I ran his blood through the analyzer. If that's what it says, then that's what was there. I figured they were from some sort of medication.
That's what I prescribed.
Well, maybe his regular doctor put him on.
His workup said he wasn't on any medication.
Well, beautiful doctor, it didn't have anything to do with the cause of his death. All fatal trauma was caused by the accident, more precisely, by the impact.
None of it makes any sense.
What needs fixing?
It was obviously suicide.
Obvious to you. Not to the police, not to Mrs. Barstow.
What does she want?
A full investigation, complete with answers. Which is exactly what we're going to give her. I think her best bet is the antibiotic.
I'll take care of the computers.
What about Thompson's records?
I'll take care of them.
Who's the doctor on the case?
Fields, Sharon Fields. Good doctor. Nice woman.
Too bad.
Have you gotten over last night?
Mostly. Where does the verapamil go?
Third drawer on the left.
Listen, did you prescribe anything when Barstow came in last night?
Not me. I push, I poke. I don't prescribe. Would you give me the epinephrine?
Barstow mention anything about medication?
Mm-mm.
Arterial blood kits?
Fourth drawer down. Hey, Sharon, it happens. I mean, you never know how they're going to react to the medication.
You ever heard of a reaction like that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes. About 18 months ago. Guy came in for orthoscopic surgery on a tennis elbow.
Get these straps off. Get these straps off. Get the straps off.
Can you need any help?
No, thanks. We got it.
Where was I?
Something about a guy with a tennis elbow?
Yeah, Worthington. Clint Worthington.
What happened?
Same as last night. Surgery went fine. An hour later, the guy's screaming in his room, totally flipped out.
Talk about flipped out.
Hey, Snyder, what's with those two?
Oh, they're fried on PCP.
So he's in his room.
On the windowsill. A couple of nurses are trying to get him down. Guy takes a head up right out the window. Whole story drops. Go figure it.
You okay?
Let me help you.
You all right?
Honey.
Oh, when you're from Washington, D.C., you learn a little self-defense. You all right?
Hey.
You sure?
Are you hurt? Can I get you something? I don't believe this.
Peanuts.
I wish they were emeralds.
Yeah, me too.
To give you guys time off for dinner?
Yes, these guys get time off for dinner?
You got any plans?
No.
You do now. They called me from the station to check out that PCP thing. By the time I got out, it was about 6 o'clock. So I took a chance you were free.
Just a spur of the moment thing?
It's very big on spur of the moment.
But you had enough time to go home and change your clothes.
Okay, not so spur of the moment. You make a good detective.
Thanks.
Anybody ever tell you eat too fast?
Everybody.
What's the big rush?
Have to get back to work
I thought we could take a walk. We could see some sights.
some other time. Thank you for dinner.
You act like you have to punch a time clock.
Just the one I set for myself.
Take time off?
Nope.
Seems to me you're confusing your Hippocratic oath with vows of servitude.
Seems to me that's none of your business.
Maybe I'd like it to be.
Don't bother.
Why not?
Because there just isn't time.
Come on, you're through with school. The pressure's off.
Oh, it doesn't end with school. Not for me. One professor told me I'd make a terrific doctor if I could just get past being such a lousy student. I couldn't take an exam to save my life.
But you got through.
Right, by work. Same with my internship, same with my residency. I've got a grindstone growing at the end of my nose, and until people stop looking over my shoulder, I intend to work that hard.
And to hell with all personal relationships.
You said it, not me.
Dr. Fields,
Dr. Cosgrove?
something has developed in the Barstow case, and I think we should have a conversation. You did give Cefoxetine to Congressman Barstow.
Yes. The appendix had ruptured. I thought prophylaxis was indicated.
Barstow's chart shows an allergy to the drug.
I saw the workup in emergency. It didn't say anything about an allergy.
It's here, plain as day. Sharon, these things happen. You're new, not as experienced.
I would have seen this.
Well, it'll all come out at the hearing.
What hearing?
Well, these facts had to be made available to Mrs. Barstow. Sharon, I don't think there's a surgeon I know that hasn't been through this at one point or another.
What hearing?
Mrs. Barstow served the hospital an hour ago. You're being sued for malpractice.
It was when you talked about the grindstone growing at the end of your nose. That's when I knew. Persistence. All I need is persistence.
It's late. I have to get to bed.
I know. All work, no play, very little sleep. You hit me with the whole routine.
What is it with you?
It's not obvious?
I don't put out signals saying, let's hop in the sack, and nobody's ever mistaken me for Raquel Welch. So unless you're after my money, of which there is none, how come I'm so sought after?
Can't sleep.
Drink warm milk. Watch David Letterman.
Doesn't work. Look, I really needed to talk to you, okay?
You're looking for a shoulder to cry on. I haven't got one to offer.
I'll take you without.
Right now, I'm a little needy myself.
Try me. Try me.
I can't believe I'd missed something like an allergy to antibiotics.
But you think you might have.
It was all so hectic. People crying, running around. Congressman for a patient. Yes, I might have.
Okay. Worst case, they nail you with malpractice. What happens?
A lot of meetings with lawyers who probably settle out of court.
And you?
My career goes gently into the good night.
Come on. You're not the first doctor to lose a malpractice suit.
No, but I'm right at the start of my career. It's like the birth of a premature child. The first 48 hours are the most important. That's where I'm at right now, and I don't think I'll survive.
Let's look at it the other way. What if you clear yourself?
You've been in court. You know the verdict never gets the same publicity as the accusation.
Wait a second. A few hours ago, you were telling me that all you ever wanted to do was to practice medicine. Now you're ready to throw in the whole thing?
No, but I don't know what else to do.
Well, I'll tell you what else. If you screwed up, okay. Then you'll take the consequences and get a fresh start somewhere else. But if you didn't make a mistake, then somebody changed the records.
Why would anybody do that?
I don't know. But finding out if somebody did is better than sitting around here feeling sorry for yourself. Am I right? Right?
Right.
Your work has been outstanding, Rosalind. What I'd like to do is accelerate your training so that it'll be completed sooner. And then when that's done, you'll be able to assume greater responsibility within the organization.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I'm the one that's appreciative.
You really plan on replacing me with her?
Not if I don't need to.
You have no reason.
Only your lack of caution.
What you call caution, I call fear.
Call it whatever you want.
The old ways don't work anymore.
As long as I'm in charge, they do.
As long as you're in charge.
Worthington. Clinton. No record listed. Worthington. Clinton.
You're not authorized to be here. Sorry, Doctor, it's the rules.
I had some computer training in college.
I once dissected a frog. Would you want me in the operating room?
I see your point.
Just tell me what you need.
I'm looking for some information on a patient named Worthington.
When was he here?
About 18 months ago.
It's not in the records. I think they only go back a year, when we first started the system.
Where would the old records be?
I guess in a file cabinet. I'm sorry I can't be of more help to you.
I'll find it. Thanks anyway. Is this yours?
Where did you find it?
I think it fell off during the fight. It's lovely.
Yes, it is lovely. It's an old family heirloom. Thank you. Dr. Cosgrove, Rosalind Joseph.
Your predecessor wasn't very organized.
He didn't have the advantage of a computer. I'd probably keep my files the same way.
What happened to him anyway?
He died. Heart attack, I think. What's that you're looking for?
I'm not sure.
Something to do with the malpractice business?
Maybe. Here it is. Worthington. The same three elements, dysprosium, promethium, and artesine.
Let me see. Just traces.
That's all Barstow had. What does this mean?
Just stallion kill? Beats me. Maybe bet horses it didn't come in.
What kind of reaction could those three elements cause?
None that I know of.
Would you run some tests? Thanks.
I was looking for you. I just talked to the lawyers. I wonder if you can meet with them this afternoon.
I think so, but I haven't got any more information.
No, just tell them what you told me. Listen, some friends of mine are having a get-together tonight. How'd you like to join us? We're going to watch the presidential debates.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on, it'd be good for you. Last thing you need right now is to be alone.
All right. Thank you.
The opening statement in tonight's presidential debate will be made by Harris Stowe. Senator Stowe.
To improve our foreign policy, what we must start doing is openly recognizing the need that we have for the resources of emerging nations. And rather than continue to exploit them, we have to find areas of mutual interest that will ensure a continued, steady, and unthreatened supply of the materials that we need. In addition, it seems imperative to me that we meet them as equals, rather than continuing the paternalistic and condescending attitude that has typified our foreign policy during so many years.
Governor Price, would you care to respond?
I cannot, and I will stand by. March the United States of America in the position of having to go hand in hand with countries for the last 3 decades keeping a peace. We have for the last centuries one of the great nations using erroneous theory.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, very much. You have a lovely home, Miss Lundquist.
Oh, please, Catherine. It gives me a great deal of pleasure. What's your opinion of our next president?
Did I miss the election?
Well, Stowe is 20 points ahead in the polls.
I'm not up on either candidate.
Isn't it enough that Stowe selected a woman as his running mate?
I'm glad he did. I don't know if that necessarily makes him a good candidate.
A proper response. I'm sorry to hear of your problem. Diane, she's most upset by it. I told her, and I'll tell you. I wouldn't be too concerned about Felicia Barstow. She has a reputation as a hysteric.
It's not her reputation I'm worried about.
Wait and see. This town focuses on a new crisis every day. And with the election so close, I promise you, it'll be forgotten by this time next month.
I hope you're right.
Catherine's always right. You enjoying Washington society?
Yeah, everybody's been very attentive.
We did want to make you feel at home.
You succeeded. Thank you.
Well, Senator, how do you feel the debate went? About the same as the others. Governor Price made his point. I made mine. Something to agree on very much. That ought to make things easier for the voters. You both seem very confident. calm and collected out there. This campaign has been going on for a long time. We're long past the point where either one of us are going to get nervous.
You sound as though fatigue is starting to set in.
Long past the point of fatigue. I think we're somewhere near the edge of comatosity.
Well, the polls are currently projecting you as a 20-point winner.
Yeah. I certainly hope they're right. I wouldn't mind if they were off by 19.
It's surprising you built up this lead in spite of the fact you have a female running mate.
Well, if there is such a lead, I think it's because of, not in spite of.
Well, it appears Senator Stowe isn't going to believe the polls just yet. He'll leave Detroit tonight at 10:45, arriving in Miami at 1:15 this morning. He is scheduled to address a large crowd in a convention center,
Oh, my God.
where he is expected to press home the platforms he first proposed in New Hampshire.
He's going to be next. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
It's okay.
If you hadn't hung up, I would have told
Not
you.
here. All right. Run me through it again.
Okay, first Congressman Barstow commits suicide.
And his autopsy showed some strange substances.
Right, and the same substances show up in Clinton Worthington's
Along
corpse.
with this stallion kill stuff.
And then Harris Stowe is connected to Stallion Kill, whatever that is.
That's some terrific house of cards you've built.
Look, you're the one who told me to look into this
Because
thing,
I thought somebody had screwed up medically and they were trying to blame it on you.
So I brought you something
You
different.
sure did. I mean, all of a sudden, it's a conspiracy.
Will you at least consider for a minute?
You want a quick course in homicide?
Not particularly. I wanted
Opportunity, method, and motive. That is how we solve cases. One opportunity. I'll give you that somebody could have gotten into the patient's room.
Thank you very
Two,
much, but I
method.
don't-
You say it's got something to do with those three elements. The problem is, nobody knows how the three elements even got there.
You could bring in one of your chemists. He could
Three,
look
and
into
this
it.
is the beauty, motive.
I don't know what the motive is.
Oh,
I
all
just
of a
know-
sudden your imagination is
I'm
running
not
out?
imagining anything.
Sharon, I know you're under a lot of pressure.
You think this is all coming out of some kind of neurosis?
Not out of the question.
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. You're the one who told me to poke around on this
Poke
thing.
around, not start a federal investigation.
Because it wasn't serious enough?
It's not that.
Yes, that. You could have cared less about the malpractice.
Of course I care, Sharon. I wouldn't be here if I didn't care.
And you don't care about what I'm telling you now. What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
What are you afraid of? That's it, isn't it? You're frightened.
Look, I gave you the drill. You want me to press this? You have to bring me more.
Do you want me to take care of our doctor? It's the last thing I want. More caution. Do you really think so, Vivian? Do you really think so?
Can I buy you a drink?
I'm waiting for someone.
Sure you are. Here I am.
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
How do you feel about leaving this place with me? Right now?
You'll do.
Who are these warriors in this picture?
Amazons. A legendary race of women.
Oh, yeah. I read about them. It's obviously a myth, though.
Why, obviously?
Well, the book stated that these women could get along without men. I mean, they must have had urges. Just like you had tonight.
Perhaps they resist them better than I do.
And what do they do about having children, then? Huh?
Let me tell you about that. According to the legend, the Amazons would fight wars and take prisoners. And then once a month they would select the most handsome, the most virile of the prisoners. And these men would be brought naked in front of the council of the Amazons. And then members of the council would mate with them, would use them. You know, like soldiers have used women prisoners for centuries. And then, when the women were finished with them, the prisoners would be taken outside and slain because the women couldn't stand the sight of them anymore. Of course, nothing like that could happen nowadays because we've become far too civilized.
Yeah.
Now get out of my sight.
Hello?
Sharon, Jerry Menzies. Where have you been?
Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. What's up?
One whacked out baboon, shot full of a dysprosium promethium artesine highball. Why don't you buy me a drink? I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, you've got a deal.
Fine, I'll see you in half an hour. Thanks for the use of the hall.
Don't mention it. What'd you do with the animal, anyway?
Tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
You want some more coffee?
Put any more of that caffeine in me, I'm gonna be as high as that monkey. I'll see you tomorrow.
Drive carefully.
The latest polls show Senator Harris Stowe continuing to hold a large lead. The senator left Miami at midday, planning on stopping in Atlanta before returning to Washington for election day. The senator's running mate, Donna Barton, will leave Los Angeles tonight, returning here on the red eye. Despite Stowe's formidable lead,
All I have here is a bunch of names.
All of whom died under unusual circumstances.
Everyone listed as natural causes.
What about Jerry Menzies? His autopsy is going to show traces of the same three elements.
There won't be an autopsy. There weren't enough remains.
I'm talking about a plot against the man likely to be the next president.
But you haven't got enough.
No matter what I'll give you, you'll always say that it's
I
not
won't
enough.
say that.
And at the same time, you manage to avoid whatever it is you're so afraid of.
I told you before, I'm not afraid.
Right, right. Big, brave man. Lots of cute remarks, lots of good ideas, except it all adds up to zero. I'll show this to another cop.
I don't want to end up like Dave Glover. Damn. When I first made detective, they put me with Dave. It was the best thing could have happened to me. Taught me the rules. All the rules. This town, all the politics aren't just up on the hill. The problem with Dave was he didn't follow his own advice. He had some congressman nailed for something. So he moved in and he made his bust. Except he didn't cover his tail enough. Congressman had a lot of friends, several of whom lied in court. Beat the rap. That wasn't enough for this outstanding elected official. He had to get even. So he sued Dave for false arrest. Lost it all. His career, his bank account, finally his marriage. One night he went home and he killed himself.
Look, I'll show this to someone else.
No. I'll run with it for now. I'll put it into a computer and see if I can come up with some common denominator.
You sure?
No. But I'm doing it. Just be careful.
Sharon?
Dr. Cosgrove?
The terrible thing about Jerry Menzies. I really liked him.
So did I.
I'm afraid that wasn't the only bad news I got today. The board of directors has insisted you go off salary until the malpractice suit is adjudicated.
Why? That's not standard procedure.
I want you to know that I disagreed with them and I told them so.
I appreciate that, but I don't understand.
Pressures. They're getting a lot of it from Barstow's widow.
Does this mean I'm being dismissed from the hospital?
If you want, I can give you the name of some medical centers that are looking for a surgeon.
I don't think they'd be interested in one who's being sued for malpractice.
Alone?
I'll be fine, thank you. I'll talk to Dr. Robbins about taking over my patients. I'd like time to go over the charts and make sure everything is clear.
Take your time. I'd like to say how sorry I am about all this. Keep in touch.
I will. Thank you, Doctor.
The experience of pain is the experience of life. It is unavoidable. It is part of the warrior's existence. It is part of the woman's existence. We must learn to conquer it as we would conquer our enemies. And as we enslave our enemies, we put pain to our use. The greater the pain, the greater our powers become. The greater our agony, the better to bend the will of our enemies. So in the end, the torture they would use to destroy us will ultimately prove to be the seeds of their own destruction. And there will be nothing that can stop us. Nothing and nobody.
Monica. No. New York? When will he be back? Yes, but will you tell him that Sharon Fields called, please? Yes. I'll try him back. Thank you.
Except a lack of respect for myself, but to have none for the organization.
What was I supposed to do?
Call me.
There was no time.
No? What would she have done in the lab?
She would have discovered the Helena records.
What were the Helena records doing in the lab?
I meant to take them home.
Meant to? Like you meant to give Barstow the correct dosage. Don't you think you should be a little cautious?
Like Rosalind?
Perhaps.
This isn't about my being careful.
No?
No. You can't stand the idea of having to kill Sharon Fields.
There is no reason to kill Sharon Field.
There's every reason. Her prying can bring the whole plan down around us.
No. Men are the enemy.
She is the enemy. Why won't you see that?
Steps are being taken to get her out of the way.
And if they don't work,
they'll work.
I'll tell you now, if they don't, I intend to take care of her myself.
Then you'll have to take care of me as well.
Hello?
Hello, Dr. Fields.
Yes.
This is Catherine Lundquist, your hostess from a couple of evenings ago.
Yes. What can I do for you?
No, doctor, it's what I can do for you. Could you be at my office today, say around 2? I'll explain it to you then. It's the building at 29th and Q Streets.
In the warehouse district.
Yes. I'll be able to find it. I'll see you then. Lieutenant Monaco, please. Not yet. No, I'll try later. Thank you.
Though his specific plans for continuing the current economic recovery have not been fully announced by the governor, certain aspects have leaked out, and Senator Stowe is using these items to springboard his own budgetary proposals. The senator has long been a supporter of many of the hardline approaches to economic stability. He disagrees.
I think those folks must be on vacation or something. I haven't seen anyone come in and out in a month.
Thank you. Do you happen to know what kind of business they're in?
Haven't got a clue.
An empire built on the insecurities of women. Gives me small twinges of guilt. Can you understand that, Doctor?
The guilt or the insecurity?
Oh, take your pick.
The guilt we all understand. My insecurities lie in other areas.
Well, let me get to the point. Diane told me about your difficulties at the hospital. She's most upset by the whole affair.
That's what she said.
She asked if I could help. It just so happens that one of my investments is a medical complex in Southern California. They've almost got the group put together, but they need a good surgeon.
California?
The salary is almost double what you're making now. Of course, that would just be for starters. A new beginning in the land of milk and honey.
I suppose they would need me right away?
Yesterday, if that were possible. Of course, they do understand that you would have to make arrangements.
I've still got boxes that I have to unpack in my apartment.
Better yet, you won't have to. It's a big decision. You should think about it. But I wouldn't wait too long. One way or another, this position is going to be filled.
Well, it certainly is something to think about.
It's a wonderful opportunity. It would be foolish for you to pass it up, and you don't strike me as a fool.
No, I'm not.
Then I'm sure you'll make the right decision.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Could you tell me if Lieutenant Monaco ever got back from you?
Where have you been all day?
You're the one to ask that question.
I want you to come with me. I got something I want to show you. I don't think so.
Mike?
That's from the list in Todd's lab.
Okay, these are the autopsy results.
So it all fits in.
And that's just the beginning. I did a little homework on my own. Recognize any of these?
No?
They have a few things in common with the other list. One, they're all dead, same 3 causes. 2, they're all very successful in their fields. And 3, guess what they had in their blood?
Dysprosium, promethium, and artemisine.
Bingo, you win first prize.
Developed by Vivian Todd, later the Army Chemical Biological Warfare Unit.
I had a chemist run some tests. What that stuff does is attack the hippocampal region of the brain. Makes you crazy with fear.
So now we know how, and we have a pretty good idea as to who.
But not a clue as to why.
You're all successful. Same field?
No. Politics, industry, publishing. McGillicuddy even owned a professional basketball team.
Some kind of insane plot to hurt the economy?
The way things are going today, why bother? Nah. It's something else.
Stowe Barton ticket brought new stirrings of excitement to the presidential election, which in recent years has been leaning toward tedium. Stowe's popularity is accelerating rather than diminishing, even with this latest push made by Price. Senator Stowe feels, and with good reason, that Donna Barton is in large part responsible for this. Stowe has just returned to Washington, where he will await the results of a long, arduous year.
Second flight. Ready?
We tell you of your history from the ancient days in Asia Minor, when Hercules came and killed our queen Hippolyta. He destroyed our temples, burned our paintings, led our sisters away in chains. This is the story we tell you. And as you someday will tell children of your own. Will you?
We will.
We have passed our history this way for centuries. Mother to daughter, from mother to daughter. It is our special way. It has been our survival. And it is this that makes us sisters.
We need not fear pain. From pain will come power. From power will come strength. We will learn to conquer pain as we will conquer our enemies.
We will.
We will increase our powers.
We will.
We will survive as Amazons.
We will.
We were Amazons. We were artists and scholars and warriors. But our nation state was overrun, and our ancestors led away in chains to be enslaved by other nations. But we survived for hundreds of years, waiting in secret, waiting in silence, waiting in hope, waiting for the day when we would rise up and once again control our destinies, waiting for the day that has finally come.
I just want to let you know how illegal this is.
To save Stowe's life, I'm sure he'll pardon you.
Gallup and Roper say now the margin of victory may exceed the 20% margin they were projecting.
What's wrong?
It never works when you're in a hurry.
Area code 311.
Here's the list of other victims. Check this. That number right there.
Okay. When they get the people in place, either married or up in the company somewhere.
Kill off the men.
Yeah.
How many of them are there? Sharon. There's got to be hundreds of them.
take a look at this. Sharon?
Let go of her.
Let go of her!
Vivian!
Kill her. Kill her! Not her!
Sharon, get the hell out!
Why did you want to stop us?
Because you're all mad.
We can make a better world.
How? You're no different than the people you call your enemy.
We are. We are.
Sharon, get out!
A spokesman for Governor Price said that despite his opponent's overwhelming lead, the governor has not given up hope and will be watching the incoming results closely in case there is some reversal of the landslide trend. In the meantime, things are heating up here at Senator Stowe's campaign headquarters as his supporters are sensing the victory. And here they are now. Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, and with him Ms. Donna Barton, who will be the first woman vice president. What a pleasure it is to finally see a woman standing up there as an electee. It's hard to tell which of them is more delighted. This is certainly history in the making. This looks like the kind of ovation that may go on for several minutes. President-elect Stowe is not doing anything about it, and why should he? This has been a long trip for him, starting some 27 years ago when he was first elected to the House of Representatives.
There seems to be some interruption on the podium. I don't recognize the two men who are talking to Stowe. Sam, could you try and find out who those two men are? The word we're getting here is that the vice president has been put under arrest. We don't really understand it yet, and we will be trying to get word on exactly what has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that the men who just led the vice president-elect away from the podium are members of the Secret Service. We'll be updating you as soon as more details on this bizarre situation become available.
Sic transit gloria mundi.
They almost had it, you know?
Not really. They didn't know who they were up against.
Yeah, right. I'm really some hero.
You are. Country owes you. The president owes you. Most especially. I owe you.
I was going to ask you what for, but to tell you the truth, I don't care. I'm just glad it's over.
We shall make war as we have lived our lives. As sisters of the bow. And our war shall be the war of Amazons against the race of men.